So you've been hearing a whole lot about different cryptocurrencies out there, and you're probably wondering which one should you get involved with. By now, hopefully you should know what Bitcoin is. You should know how to buy and sell Bitcoin, how to even send and receive it to somebody. So you probably even have multiple wallets, or you probably have exchanges that you've already signed up for, and you're seeing these other cryptocurrencies and you're wondering which one should you actually get involved with. I mean, apart from the typical ones, which is like the Bitcoin or the Ethereum or the Litecoin, there are several others out there, and I'm going to be telling you in this video about 5 different cryptocurrencies that you should really keep your eye on, and you probably want to add to your portfolio. So if you're interested in that, stick around. What's up, Crypto Land? Black Crypto here, bringing another cryptocurrency video where I talk about the basics of Bitcoin and everything else cryptocurrency. Now, I haven't released a video in over a week or so, and for good reasons. I've been doing a lot of research on a lot of different other cryptocurrencies, and if you've been following along on this channel, then you'll know also that I'm actually a developer as well. I mean, go ahead and check out my site in terms of Bitcoin news posts or bitcoinmadesimple.com. And in terms of those websites, I'm also developing several other projects as well that I'm working on. I also, started school again where I'm doing some advanced learning in terms of development, in terms of software development as well. So in terms of that, I've had my hands very full, but I wanted to come back now and start bringing you guys some videos in terms of other cryptocurrencies that you can actually get yourself involved with. I know you've been hearing a whole lot about other cryptocurrencies, like for instance, Dogecoin, and maybe your friends have been making a whole lot of money when it came to Dogecoin. And you probably wondering, is it still too late to get involved with Dogecoin? Of course, Dogecoin is expected to definitely keep going up with the hype all around it, of course. And then you have some other cryptocurrencies that you may not really know all about. I've been hearing a lot of people talk about, for instance, SafeMoon, for instance, in terms of cryptocurrency. And that's one, for instance, that I will never actually put my money into it. And for very good reasons. And, for those reasons is the reason why you have to actually look into the projects and look into the cryptocurrencies or the tokens that you actually want before you just go ahead and start investing in it. That's one of the quickest ways that you could actually start losing your money, by just blindly putting it into something and not really knowing what it's all about. Maybe your friends are all talking about it and you're hearing a lot of friends talking about it, and maybe some of them might be making some money with some of these cryptocurrencies, but at some point there's going to probably be a big dump, and a lot of these people are going to lose a whole lot of money. So in terms of that, which cryptocurrencies can you safely look at, back them out, back them in terms of being a good project, and actually feel safer in terms of being maybe an investment for you, because it'll grow over the next 6 months, the next year, or even the next 5 years. So what I'm going to do is tell you about 5 different cryptocurrencies that I'm putting inside of my portfolio, or I have in my portfolio, and I'm going to continue building inside of my portfolio. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about these cryptocurrencies, also why I chose to actually use them in terms of having them in my portfolio, not only in terms of the investment. One of the things that you have to remember is, if you're getting involved with cryptocurrencies, why are you getting involved with them? Is it just to buy it and sell it and make a little bit of money with them? Or are you using the cryptocurrencies for the purpose that it was intended for? So we're going to talk a little bit about that in some of the cryptocurrencies coming up. And of course, in some future videos when I'll be talking about a whole lot more cryptocurrencies, because I did a video over a year ago about some cryptocurrencies in terms of a list. Definitely check that out. And a lot of those cryptocurrencies have 10x and even 100x in terms of price. For instance, I had the Binance token on that list, and I'm just surprised in terms of how much that in terms of multiplied over these years. So definitely pay attention to this actual list right here and future lists I'm going to be bringing up. But let's go ahead and get into these 5 cryptocurrencies. Number 1 is Chainlink. Now, Chainlink is an Oracle network and blockchain that connects to the outside world through smart contracts. Now, when it comes to smart contracts, these are, for instance, auto-executable contracts that allow you to set up some type of rules to make something happen at another time, for instance. So let's just take it, for instance, in terms of an Oracle. Well, think about the Matrix movie. Remember the Oracle in that movie, where that was Neo's connection to the outside world, or trying to understand and make sense of everything that was going on? Well, in terms of the blockchain, how do you make sense of the outside world and its data? Another example, for instance, let's say you have a sports game and you want to bet on that sports game. You have a cryptocurrency app that will allow you to bet on a sports game. but how can you trust, for instance, the data that's coming from that? So you'll take the data from a game feed and bring that into this Oracle network so you can easily understand it and use these smart contracts to execute against anything that happens with that particular game. And this Oracle network is very important for that. So in some future videos, I'm actually going to be talking a lot more about oracles and pretty much how they work, but definitely check out Chainlink. Right now we're trading right about $30 to $40 or so, and we have a good chance to actually 2 to 3x on this coin over the next year because they're making a lot of upgrade changes to it. And they're making a lot of things available in terms of you being able to connect to it. And like I said, I'm going to be talking a whole lot more about that in some future videos. But for right now, I want you to keep your eyes on Chainlink and make sure you get some in your portfolio. Okay, so the next one is Polkadot. Now, Polkadot is a very interesting blockchain that I'm definitely keeping my eye on for many reasons. Now, if you're familiar with Ethereum and you like the success with Ethereum and know about all of the other different cryptocurrencies that's built underneath Ethereum, then you might want to pay close attention. Now, when Polkadot was created, it was created by one of the co-founders of Ethereum. So you can definitely trust what's happening when it comes to Polkadot. Now, in the early days of Ethereum and how it was actually built, it was built to work with itself and allow you to build all of these other different tokens underneath the Ethereum ecosystem. But it wasn't allowed to pretty much work with other blockchains as easily. So this is one of the things that Ethereum is now trying to catch up, also with the scaling. So when it comes to Polkadot, it's being built from the ground up, and it's being built with all of these things in mind in terms of scaling, in terms of security, in terms of smart contract, and of course interoperability when it comes to actually connecting with other blockchains, because you want to work with other blockchains. You want to be friendly in terms of something like that. So this is one of the things that you want to pay close attention to when it comes to Polkadot, trading between $30 to $40. And I think this is one of those coins that is definitely going to shoot up to at least about $100 very, very soon. So definitely keep your eye on it. So number 3 is Filecoin. Now, Filecoin is a cryptocurrency that I will be holding and I will be using for the rest of my life. Now, this is decentralized storage. Now, what I mean when I say decentralized storage, you're used to cloud storage. You might have a Dropbox account, or you might have, for instance, a Google Drive account, and you might have, for instance, a Amazon cloud storage account, for instance, if you're definitely using their web services and connecting to them, using it for a website, for instance, right? So when it comes to cloud services, this can be very expensive, especially if you're using, for instance, that Dropbox, right? So what happens when you actually want to reduce that cost? And this is one of the things and the benefit of decentralized storage now. Instead of you having a centralized place on a centralized server, for instance, for a one company to offer that to you, now it's spread out over thousands or millions of individuals that's now lending out just a fraction of their hard drive space and receiving rewards or cryptocurrency for doing that. Now, of course, you've been following this channel in terms of me mining in my early days, and this is pretty much another form of actual mining where you can mine by using your extra hard drive space. So if you have for instance, a 1 terabyte hard drive space, right? And you know you have 100 or 200 gigs of space free, you can use Filecoin and allocate those 100 or 200 gigabytes and start receiving cryptocurrency by mining on your own computer. This is one of the powerful ways that you can start making money and the benefits of cryptocurrency. So right now, in terms of Filecoin, in terms of price, we're talking about $150. And this is one of those coins that I think is going to gradually go up in price over the next several years as more and more people start to use Filecoin. Not only that, when data centers and other big corporations start to realize that they can reduce their costs by using Filecoin, that's when it's really going to be exciting. That's when the price, I think, is going to really spike up. So definitely go ahead and check out Filecoin. Number 4 is Algorand. So in terms of Algorand, Algorand describes itself as future Fi. Now, of course, you've been hearing a whole lot about Fi or DeFi or CeFi or so many different Fis. is basically decentralized finance, and in terms of connecting traditional finance and its instruments in terms of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Now, when it comes to Algorand, I really love this particular cryptocurrency, and it allows you to start building applications that allow you to start benefiting and tapping into these traditional finance instruments. So when it comes to Algorand, right now it's trading about a little bit over $1 right now, and I think that is very cheap, and I think it's only going to go up from there. One of the other things that I really love about this, and I was introduced to Algorand some years ago when I just really got it from the Earn program on Coinbase. If you want a really good way to actually be exposed to cryptocurrency and actually get some free cryptocurrency, go ahead and sign up with Coinbase and definitely check out their Earn program. I've talked about this a whole lot in some past videos. And matter of fact, when it comes to Algorand, I only pretty much earn about $3 or $4 with it, and it's already up in terms of 10x with that. Not only that, in terms of the value going up with it, you can actually earn interest or interest rewards on that in terms of yearly by just simply holding Algorand. So this is one of those tokens that I definitely want to hold on to for a very long time in terms of building up those rewards or that interest from it, and also starting to use the applications that will be built on top of Algorand. So definitely keep your eye on Algorand when it comes to the future of these different traditional finance applications that will actually be ported into this cryptocurrency network. Okay, so the fifth one and final one is Polymath. Now, when it comes to Polymath and its network, I really love this network because it's allowing you to issue security-based tokens. Now, when it comes to the real world, you're probably familiar with stocks, for instance, right? And you probably invested a little bit in stocks in terms of that type of security. But you need a blockchain that is going to be dedicated to issuing these securities, and not only for these big names. For instance, you have Binance, which released a tokenized stock which was for Tesla, and that did very well, and they're thinking about now doing that for Amazon and Microsoft. So when it comes to you actually doing this for big companies or maybe any company in the world, how about having your own blockchain that's actually dedicated to that, that's actually also backed by some big financial institutions and government regulators? So that's what happens when it comes to Polymath. Not only that, it's trading right now around 40 cents, which means there is a whole lot of room to grow. It's underneath $1, especially if you're looking for a coin that's underneath $1. So definitely check that out. There are also a whole lot of other securities that you can actually issue on this, whether some other instruments might be bonds, for instance. But there's so many other types of securities that you can issue on this platform, and I think it's only going to get bigger from here. So definitely check out and add that Polymath to your portfolio. All right, guys, so there you have it. So that's my list in terms of 5 cryptocurrencies that I think you might want to add to your portfolio. Remember, I am not a financial advisor, but definitely check out these cryptocurrencies because they have some very good use cases. And I believe in those use cases, not only for today, but also in terms of the growth over the next several years. And this is the reason why I'm definitely picking these coins. And I'm starting to research a lot more cryptocurrencies. Now, I've been telling you a lot about cryptocurrencies that I have in my portfolio. And if you've been watching a lot of my actual cryptocurrency videos, you will see me hint to a lot of different cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency that have actually spiked up in terms of price. But you have to be watching those videos and watching them very closely to actually get a lot of those actual nuggets that I actually placed inside those videos. So, of course, if you want to actually check out more videos and you want to actually get more lists, just like this one, you have to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell so you'll be notified anytime I release any new videos right here on this channel. So let me tell you all about that list one more time. So I remind you, number 1, of course, is Chainlink. You want to have a good Oracle blockchain that connects to the outside world. And number 2 is Polkadot. In terms of a smart contract platform similar to Ethereum, of course, you now want a blockchain that's a little friendly when it comes to speaking to other blockchains and growing in terms of that scalability issue. And I think that's going to be Polkadot. So definitely check that out. Number 3 is Filecoin. Filecoin is decentralized storage. I mean, if you worry about storage and worry about paying for storage, then I mean, enough said, that's Filecoin, and it's going to revolutionize the way that you store things on it. All right, so number 4 is Algorand. Algorand is FutureFi. A lot of financial applications will be built on Algorand. Now, number 5 and the final one that we're going to have to keep in mind is, of course, Polymath. You want to definitely have a cryptocurrency blockchain network that's going to release a lot of different securities in terms of companies that you trust in. Imagine you investing in the Nasdaq or something of that nature, right? Now you're doing it on the cryptocurrency level, and that's going to be Polymath. So that's my list in terms of the things that I'm thinking about. Definitely leave a comment below and let me know what you think about these cryptocurrency or other ones that you might be thinking about as well. Of course, like for instance, like a Safe Moon, which I will not touch with a 10-foot pole. I do not want to get wrecked in something like that, and I will not do that because it has no fundamentals underneath it. These cryptocurrencies have big fundamentals, and not only that, it's going to be here for the foreseeable future. Guys, I'm Black Crypto. Thanks for checking out this cryptocurrency video. Make sure you hit that like button so you'll be also helping me get my videos recommended out there to everybody. Then I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.